Namaste. Welcome to yoga. I hope you're well wherever you are. Thank you for coming and practicing with me. Today in this practice, we're going to play a little bit with what's called Swadisthana Chakra, or the second chakra. So I imagine you're familiar with the chakra system, the spinning wheels or vortices that are mapped along our spine, that are convergent centers of physical, emotional, mental, subtle, spiritual energies. And our relative state of health at different times in our lives has to do with how healthy, open, balanced, right, these different chakras are throughout our system. That's how it's seen in yogic philosophy. And Swadisthana Chakra, the second chakra, is located in the lower belly, just beneath the navel. It's called the Sacral Chakra, right, associated with the sacrum. The element here is water. So whereas the first chakra, or Muladhara Chakra, at the base of the spine is earth, really signifying stability, groundedness, right, our roots down into the earth. Once that's established, we can come up to the second chakra, where there's the element of water, and there's the introduction of like a yin element of flow, movement, change. This is the chakra of emotions, relations, sensuality, creativity, all really yummy stuff. The chakra itself is often depicted with a makara in it, which is a water serpent. So you can just imagine that kind of flowing serpentine kind of energy. And so the thought is that first we ground, we really root through the root chakra. And once that's established, we can use that solid ground to flow. So we're going to play with a little bit of both of those. If you would please have at least one block. I think it's nice to have two, just in case. We won't do anything that requires a strap, but if you're someone who knows that you use a strap for your practice, have one handy. Really nice to have something to sit on to elevate the sit bones so we can draw the spine long and tall. So gather your goodies if you haven't already, and take your first asana, this first comfortable seat. So it could be sitting cross-legged, you could sit in Virasana, you could sit in Virasana on a block, really any seat where you can root down through the sit bones, rise the spine tall, and just find some ease. So you can slowly close your eyes when you're ready and come inside yourself, the abode of your being. That sweetness of turning and coming within. And just landing right here. So bringing your awareness down to your sit bones. Really allow them to root down and widen, pressing down into the earth. And from there, the spine can rise tall, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way up to the crown of the skull. Allow the thighs to be heavy. Allow the feet to relax. Well, that's your base. And then take a nice deep breath in. Fill your body. And on the exhale, allow the shoulders to drop down. That relaxation down through the shoulders, the arms, the elbows, into the forearms, the wrists, the hands and fingers. And just connect with your breath. Let the eyes be soft and let the jaw relax. Now, if you just gently bring your right palm to your lower belly in the front and your left palm to the sacrum in the back, it can be the front of the left palm, or you can just put your back palm on the sacrum. So bringing your hands and your awareness to this sacral area. And then just allow the tummy to be soft enough that you can feel the movement of the belly under your right hand, and just notice that movement of the breath in and out through the nose. And then bring your awareness to your left hand in the back. And it may be more subtle, but just see if you also can notice the breath. Some slight filling of the back body on the inhale, and a releasing back to its natural place on the exhale. Just take a few more breaths, noticing whatever's right here. What is it like to release the tummy and let it move? And then just gently bring your hands back to rest on your thighs. And then lift the palms and draw them together and move them into the center of the chest. Again, a nice deep inhale, filling up the body. And on the exhale, just slowly allow your head to bow down, down to the wisdom of the heart, the body, this incredible intelligence of the universe right here in our own being. And on your next inhale, slowly bringing the head back up, releasing the hands down to the thighs, and slowly opening the eyes. Thank you for that. So we'll start on our backs. So you can move your props to the side, and we're going to come to Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, lay your body down, draw the heels in towards your tush. You can rest your hands out by the sides to begin, and just press the outer feet down to lift the pelvis a little bit and draw the tailbone long. Set the sacrum back down. Maybe close your eyes. And just land here again inside yourself. Allow the sacrum to press down into the earth. Allow the back, the shoulders to relax down. Really rest the weight of the skull, the back of the skull, sinking into the earth. And then bring your awareness just to your hips, your sweet hips. And with the breath, just send some spaciousness, an invitation to soften the full circumference of that big joint. Right, the knees are slowly opening with the help of gravity. The feet are relaxed. And just invite your hips to let go. Smooth, even breath in and out through the nose. Now bring your hands outside your thighs and just gently, slowly bring the knees together. The feet come down. Bring the feet hips distance and parallel. And just take a few moments, a few breaths to feel your feet into the earth. You might lift your toes. You might just see how much surface contact you can make between each foot and the mat. And then on an inhale, slowly start to press the feet down, lift the hips up, and slowly reach your arms up overhead, back of the palms down, reaching above your head. And we're not pressing the hips super high. We're just allowing them to gently lift. Well, mostly we're drawing the tailbone long towards the back of the knees. Take an inhale here. And then on your next exhale, let the arms come back up and over and the hips come down. So let's just try flowing through that a few times on the breath. So inhale, press the feet, lift the pelvis, reach overhead. And then exhale, coiling the spine down, one vertebrae at a time until the sacrum comes down, hands down. Inhale, reach and lift. Go slowly. Exhale, vertebrae slowly down, hands come down. And then a couple more on your own. Just follow the breath, finding a little bit of movement in the spine. Going slowly, there's no rush. We're just articulating, right, this serpentine wave motion, one of the many in our body. So do one more, back, and then bringing the hips down. And then just take a few breaths here to notice how the body feels after that. And then we're going to draw the feet till they're almost touching. And on an inhale, slowly let the knees come out. The feet are flexed. And on an exhale, bring the knees back up together. Inhale, opening the knees down back towards Supta Baddha Konasana. Exhale, bringing the knees up and together. And then keep going. Slowly, gently, nothing extreme. It's almost like this butterfly motion with the knees. Keeping a little bit of tone in the belly, a little bit of tone in the feet. And just gently opening and closing. See what's right here. Just notice what's this like. One more. And then we're going to take our hands and we're going to slide them in under our tush. Lift your tush so you're a little bit resting like maybe on your thumbs. Slowly, feet together, reopen them so you're back into your Supta Baddha Konasana with your tush on your hands. Draw the elbows in. Lift, press the elbows down to lift your chest so you're already drawing the shoulder blades under the back. And then press the outer feet down and just lift the hips. It might be an inch. Might feel funny if you haven't done this before. Your knees might wobble a little bit. Again, nothing extreme. We're just finding those muscles of the back. Lifting the hips, drawing the tailbone long. Breathing. Seeing what's right here. Slowly bring the hips back down. Staying here with your hands under your tush, would you just slowly straighten the legs long, flex the feet, feet together. Really make sure your hands are under the butt cheeks again. Draw the elbows in, bend them slightly, draw the shoulder blades on the back. We've already got our heart open. And then you're going to press your hands down, press your elbows down and come to the tip of your skull. Might just be a little bit or it might be a lot. We're coming into our fish pose, Matsyasana. Some of you might actually be able to lift the crown of the head up off the mat. Draw the belly in, shoulders drawing together on the back. One more breath here. And then slowly lengthen the neck, come on down. Release the hands out to the side. We're going to bend the knees. Reach your arms straight out, palms up. Take an inhale here. And on an exhale, just let both knees come down to the right. So you're in the outer right foot, the inner left. Just this very gentle twist, finding this left diagonal of the body, drawing that hip down, drawing the left shoulder back and down. Inhale here, and on your exhale, come up to center. Take an inhale, and then on the exhale, allow the knees come to the left. Just check out this gentle twist on this side. Drawing the right hip down, away from the shoulder down and back, away from the hip. Take an inhale here, and then on an exhale, bring the knees back up to center. Hug the knees in, give yourself a squeeze, maybe rock or roll for a breath or two. And then we're going to take our hands behind our thighs. We're going to rock and roll forward and back a couple times. If this doesn't appeal to you at all, you can just gently roll to your right side and come up to a seat. Otherwise, enjoy the roly-poly. I love it. And then slowly come up, find your seat, and then you're going to take your two-piece fingers right behind this big knee tendon. Get up on your sit bones, but shift your weight back a little bit and find your Navasana. So the shins are parallel with the mat. And then notice, most of us dump back here, right? So we want to find those back muscles we just woke up to draw the back body into the front body, lift the heart. Maybe you want to reach the arms forward, or you can keep holding on to the backs of the knees. Some of you, it's early in the practice, but if you want to play with straightening your legs, we're just going to take a few more breaths. Lift the heart, lengthen the spine, find your core. One more breath, and then release it down. Really nice. So let's find our Dawson staff pose. So come up on the sit bones. You can use your hands to pick yourself to really come up. If you're super leaning back here, because you've got tight hamstrings, I'd like you to come up and sit on something in your Dawson. Let's just try that, see how that is today. little bit of elevation on the hips, and then we can bring the sacrum in underneath. Really find a strong, straight spine. Bring the hands around behind, point your fingertips back, tense and press your fingertips down, bend the elbows slightly and draw them towards each other. So we're already opening the heart by drawing the shoulder blades on the back. Really straight legs, open the backs of the knees. Reach through the inner and the outer foot. Open the heart, press your fingertips down to lift the sternum. And then staying right here, we're just going to roll the shoulders forward, roll the shoulders back, roll the shoulders forward, roll the shoulders back. And then on an inhale, reach the arms straight up, turn the palms in, biceps right by the ears. Can you use the lift of the arms to pick up your waist, lengthen through the side body, still reaching through strong, straight legs, opening the backs of the knees, but now reaching up through the arms, maybe looking up. Can you lift yourself up? You're grounded through the sit bones, but can you lift yourself up, reaching past the fingertips? Inhale here, and then exhale, bring the hands around behind, flat palms about 6 inches away from your tush with the fingers pointing forward. Hug the elbows in, bend the knees, walk them in about 6 inches, flat feet, parallel. And then you're just going to press down, ground in the hands and the feet. Slowly press the feet, and you might come up to here. This might be your Purva Uttanasana. So start wherever you are. Some of you are going to be able to keep lifting the hips. So it's almost like a reverse tabletop. Keep the chin forward just to start, to press evenly through the feet. Press through the fingers, especially press through the index finger and thumb to lift up through the inner shoulder. Some of you might be able to look up, or you might even look back. Take an inhale here, and on an exhale, just slowly bring your hips down. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, bring them down. We're going to keep doing this a couple more times. So inhale, come up. On this exhale, you might just bring the hips down, or you might start to slide them back through the hands. A little bit of core. Inhale, lift the hips up. Open the chest, the throat. Exhale, hips come back, a little bit down, a little bit back. One more. Inhale, lift the hips, find length, find your back, and then exhale slowly. Bring the hips down. Really nice. So just shake out your hands and your wrists a little bit. And let's move whatever we were sitting on off to the side. And let's come to child's pose. So towards the back of the mat, big toes touch. Have your knees as wide as the mat. And then lay your body down between your thighs. Let the arms come forward with the elbows down, and then rest your head either on the mat or on a block. If this hurts your knees, you can place a blanket beneath the front of your knees. You can also play with rolling a blanket up and placing them behind, inside the knees. So a lot of people need to play with child's pose to make it a pose of ease. Landing right here again. Big breaths into the sacrum, around the back of the hips. Let the belly be soft. Really surrender your weight to the earth. Smooth breath in and out through the nose. And then lift the head and walk the hands in if you would. We're going to bring our knees together. We're going to come back into child's pose with our arms behind, palms down. Let the shoulders relax and sort of hunch down and forward. Again, you're welcome to use a block, but just notice the difference here. Notice how the breath moves in this slightly different position. Breathing in the front body, breathing in the back body. What can you let go and just yield to the earth? And then slowly walking the hands in, pressing yourself up to a seat. Find a nice tall spine here in Vajrasana. On an inhale, lift the heart, let the hands slide back, maybe look up. It's a little bit of a cat, a cow. And on an exhale, let the hands slide forward, round the back, the chin comes down. Here's the cat. Inhale, lift, open, cow. Exhale, round, slide the hands forward. Cat, a few more on your own. Again, we're just finding this river of our spine, gently inviting it to start to move, letting the breath guide our movement. One more. And then coming up to a neutral spine, we're going to interlace our hands, press the palms forward, straight elbows, tall spine. On an inhale, start to lift the arms overhead, pressing the palms up to the sky, drawing the floating ribs in, drawing the sacrum in, lifting up through the arms and the hands, breathing the shoulders open. Take another inhale here. Exhale, slowly bring the hands down, bend the elbows, change the interlace the other way, the weird way, pressing the palms forward, straight elbows. See if you can keep the spine quiet as you slowly lift the arms straight up, drawing the elbows in, lifting the wrists, the hands up off the waist. Continuing to draw the sacrum in and the floating ribs in while we reach. Take an inhale here, and then on an exhale, slowly bringing the hands down. Release that. So let's walk out to all fours. You're going to place your wrist creases right under your shoulders. Spread the hands, knees hips distance under the hips. Tuck the toes. Just get stable here for a moment. Spread through the knuckles out to the fingertips. Straight arms. A little bit of support from underneath so we're not sagging in the lower back. And then we're going to like wag our tail to the right and look back at our right hip. And then come through center and let's wag our tail to the left and look back at our left hip. And then let's just go back and forth slowly. So you'll see what part wants to move first. It might be your hips. It might be the neck. You might close your eyes. Just take some breaths to find some organic, snaky movement side to side. Like that makara, that water serpent. How does it move? The shoulders might get involved. The head might get involved. You might make sounds. You might breathe with a little bit more sound on the exhalation. Just see what's here. Let your body be a little bit free. 2 more breaths. Just seeing how your body wants to move. Okay, and then slowly coming back to your tabletop. And just feel the difference, right, between snaking around and then finding this stable structure. And then we're going to move the knees back a couple inches, respread the palms, press the fingers. Elbows are straight, slightly roll the triceps back, broaden the upper back. Keep all of that. Press the hands as you lift the hips up and back. Ardha Uttanasana, downward facing dog. And let's come right to the balls of our feet. So press up to the balls of your feet. Bend the knees just a little bit. Press the hands forward and down and see how much you can lengthen through the side body. Open the armpit, lift the hips back and up. Right, there's a little bit more space with those lifted feet and bent knees. And then we're slowly going to bend the knees more and bring them down towards the earth and just hover for a moment. And then we're going to press back up to our dog with bent knees. So just come down and up a couple times, however your body wants to. Just see what it's like to move in your dog forward and back. You might start to straighten the legs as you come up. Lift the hips. Let's do one more of those, whatever you're exploring. And then as you come up with straight legs, lift the hips up and back, and then slowly bring the heels down towards the earth. And just see if you can find opening, stability. Hug the outer arms in. Really open the backs of the knees. Press the hands forward and down to lift the hips back and up. Let the head be relaxed between the arms. The gaze is back between the feet. And then on an inhale, we're just going to glide forward and come into plank. You might need to change the length of your stance. Straight legs. The wrist creases are right under the shoulders. Spread the hands, press down through all the fingers. Reach back through the heels. And then draw the belly in and under the heart to lift the pose slightly from underneath. The gaze is slightly forward. Breathe. You can bring your knees down at any time or just a few more breaths here, firing up the whole core. Nice. Slowly lift the hips up and back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And just find your breath, find your center. And then on your next exhale, bend the knees, look forward. We're going to step one foot and then the other to the front of the mat, feet hips distance. Bend the knees, let your torso fold down, hold opposite elbows, release the head. Let the weight drift towards the toes. And let's just take a few cleansing breaths. So in through the nose, sigh, out the mouth. 2 more of those. Change the clasp of the elbows. If you'd like to start straightening your legs, it can be a little bit. You can work towards having them completely straight, but lift the hips up, root down through the feet, allow the torso to be heavy, elbows drawing the weight of the torso down. Now release the hands down and place your hands behind your calves or your ankles. We're just going to gently draw ourselves down and in. So not forcing anything, just a little bit of encouragement to open the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, the calves. Draw the crown of the head down, breathe. Then release the hands, put a little bend in your knees again, shift the weight to the heels, and then tuck the tailbone slightly and just slowly rolling up, 1 vertebrae at a time, rooting down through the feet. Pressing to stand. The head is the last to come up. All the way up. Aha. We made it to standing. Wonderful. So if you would stay where you are, but I'm going to face you because I want to show you this. If you'd find your block, please. We're going to place it high, the narrow way between our thighs. And we're going to stand in Tadasana. So we're not going to be able to bring our feet together, but draw them. They're going to probably be a little bit closer than hips distance. So just find your Tadasana. Strong, straight spine. All 4 corners of each foot. Actively pressing the feet down into the earth, straightening the legs, drawing the quads up, pulling the kneecaps up. Can you also hug the midline? Really bring your thighs into the sides of the block. Feel how you can hug the block as you root down. And then I'd like you to slowly just let the thighs press the block back slightly. So it's a little bit of internal rotation as you draw the tailbone down. Try both of those actions at once. Should create a really gathered, compact feeling here through the center of your body. Crown of the head rising. Shoulders relaxed. Stay right here and inhale the arms out and up. Urdhva Hastasana. So we're rooting through the feet. We're hugging the block. We're drawing the tailbone down. We're lifting up through strong, straight arms. Take an inhale here, and then just sit back into your chair, Utkatasana. So press the thighs into the block. The weight shifts into the heels. Biceps by the ears if you can. Really sit down, draw the floating ribs in. Hug the block. Feet are anchored. Lift the torso. See if you can look forward and not down. 1 more breath here. And then slowly straighten back up. Look up. Maybe the palms touch. Take an inhale. And then exhale. Slowly bring the arms out and down to your sides. So just take a moment to feel that stability, that rootedness you've just created. That's really the root chakra, right? Really grounded. We want that first. So let's move the block out. And then what I'd like you to do, just for contrast, is have your feet about hips distance, a little bend in the knees. Let yourself land here. And then let's just do some hip circles. Right, we're moving up to the 2nd chakra. We're finding some movement. Maybe the shoulders want to get involved. Maybe the breath wants to move. Maybe the arms. Maybe try the other direction. So we've got the groundedness of the feet. The groundedness is allowing us to maybe be a little bit more sneaky or a little bit more fluid. So maybe try going back and forth. Just see if you let some flowing motion come in your body on top of those grounded feet. What does that feel like? And then slow down and just stand with your legs straight and just close your eyes for a moment and feel. See what's right here. It's pretty interesting, isn't it? Okay. So here we are at the top of our mat. Let's bring our feet together in our classical Tadasana. Big toes touch, heels slightly apart. You're welcome to have your feet wider if you need some more wider support under your pelvis. Rooting down through the feet, hands at heart center. And then on an inhale, reach the arms out and up. Maybe look up and touch. And on an exhale, slow swan dive all the way down, folding it in, Uttanasana. Take a breath or two here, releasing the head down, rooting through the feet, lifting the hips. And then on an inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. So you're welcome to have your hands on thighs or shins. You might even use 2 blocks. Some way you can lengthen the spine, send the hips back, uncoil the tailbone, lift the heart, gaze is slightly forward. Inhale here. Exhale, fold it in, keeping that long spine, Uttanasana. And then inhale, root down through the feet as you reach out and up. And then exhale, hands come down to heart center, Tadasana, mountain pose. Flow through a few of those. Inhale, reach. Exhale, slowly leading with the heart. Take your time, all the way down. Inhale, long spine, halfway up. Exhale, long spine, fold it in. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Keep it going. Inhale, open and reach. Exhale, leading with your heart. Sail down, fold it in. Inhale, halfway up. Now exhale, plant your hands shoulder distance and step back and find your plank. So here we are back in plank. Set it up. Wrist creases under shoulders. Reaching back through the heels. And then draw the feet together at the back of the mat. We're going to bring the right knee down, untuck those right toes, so the back foot down so the arch is aligned with the toes. And then you're going to walk your right wrist underneath the shoulder and a little bit forward, and then open up into your side Shavasana on the knee. So really root down through that right hand, press the fingers, draw your tailbone long, open your heart. Now get stable here so we can be stable and flow at the same time. So inhale, reach that top arm over. Exhale, bring it back through center down by your side body. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, up and back. 2 more. Inhale, flow the arm. Exhale, flow it back. Inhale, flow the arm, reach. Exhale, bring it back up. Look down. Left hand comes down. We're back in our plank pose. Feet together. Left knee down and tuck the toes. Back foot down. Draw that left wrist in underneath and a little bit forward of that shoulder, and then open up into your Shavasana. So take a few breaths to get stable. Press down through the left hand, draw the left shoulder blade in, draw the tailbone long. And once you feel that stability, inhale that top arm up and over. Exhale, up and down your side body. Inhale, sweep it up and over. Exhale, sweep it up and down. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then slowly bring that right hand down. Press back into your plank pose. Come an inch forward. Bring your knees down. Hug your elbows in. Come halfway down chaturanga. So the elbows are in there pressing by the body. The shoulders are no lower than the elbows. Your tailbone is still long. You're working hard. You're taking 1 more breath. And then you're slowly coming all the way down. Nice. Untuck your toes. Let your forehead come down for a moment. And tent your fingertips right off the side of your mat. Press the fingertips down to draw the shoulder blades on the back. We've already got our heart open. Straight legs, hug the inner thighs together. Squeeze the outer ankles in. And then draw your tailbone long, so we're untucking the tailbone. And then on an inhale, slowly come up. This wide fingertip cobra. It gives us a little bit more space to lift the heart. There's still some tone in the belly. I'm actively reaching my tailbone back, lifting up through the sternum. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, slowly come down. Take a breath. We're going to try a few of those on the breath. You can bring your fingertips in a little bit if you want a little bit stronger back bend. Set up the legs. And then inhale, rise. Exhale, slow down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, slowly down. One more. Inhale, rise. Exhale, slowly down. Really nice. Now place flat palms by your lower ribs. Press the hands. Hug the elbows in. We've already got our heart open again. Keep the elbows in as you slowly come up. Bhujangasana. So you might just bring the head up and come up a little bit, or you might press the hands and start to lift the chest. Either way is fine. Hug the elbows in. Keep the shoulders drawing away from the ears. One more inhale here. And then exhale, slowly come down. Take a breath. Set up your legs again. Press the palms. Inhale, come up cobra. And stay right here. Or you can continue pressing the palms so you come with straight arms from the tops of the feet, drawing the chest through, shoulders down. And then if you're in cobra, best to come flat down, press up through all fours, back to dog. Or if you're in upward facing dog, you can just lift the hips up and back. Ardha Uttanasana. Downward facing dog. And just land right here. Press the hands, press the feet. Find the evenness between the arms and the legs. Find your center, find your breath. So we'll flow through just a few Surya Namaskar A. And the invitation is you can work with cobra and work with all fours and pressing up to dog, or you're welcome to work with upward facing dog and then pressing straight up to downward facing dog. So I'm going to trust you to listen to your body. You're also welcome to skip these or rest in child's pose. Let your own being offer you guidance about what's right for you. Next, exhale, bend the knees. Look forward. You're going to step or lightly hop to the front of the mat. Feet together. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Here we go. Ready? Inhale, reach. Exhale, leading with the heart all the way down. Inhale, halfway up, long spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, find your plank. Come forward, elbows in, knees down or straight legs. Try halfway down, chaturanga. Then you come all the way down for cobra, or you might just come over your toes, upward facing dog. And make your choice how you're going to find your way back to Ardha Uttanasana, downward facing dog. And then just land here again. In this breath, in this moment, right here in your being. And then on your next exhale, bend the knees, empty the breath, look forward, step as many steps as you need, or lightly hop. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold, long spine. Inhale, root down to reach up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center and keep it going. One more. Inhale, open and reach. Exhale, send the hips back, leading with the heart like you're moving through water. Inhale, halfway up, long spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, find plank. Come forward, elbows in, your version of chaturanga. And then all the way down for cobra or over the toes, upward facing dog. And find your way back, downward facing dog. Now here in dog, please bring your feet together at the back of the mat. And you're going to bring your right leg up from the inner right thigh. So there's no external rotation in that right hip. So inhale the right leg straight up. Keep the hips as neutral as you can. Both legs straight if you can. And then even out the weight right to left in the hands. Press the hands forward and down to lift the hips back and up. Long lines of energy. And then press that left foot down to open that top hip. So stack the hips. Bend that top knee. You might look under the right armpit. And then can you hook the tailbone to draw the tailbone long? Strong external rotation in both hips. Find your stretch. And then gracefully, slowly re-extend that top leg. Bring that right hip down so it's even with the left. Take an inhale, find length. And then exhale, come forward, knee into the chest. Look down. Bring your shoulders right over your wrist creases. You're on the back ball of the foot. Bring the knee into the chest and then play with stepping forward with that right leg. You might need to take a couple of steps. See if you can do it without swinging it out to the side, but get that heel right up under that front knee. We're in a long lunge, letting the hips sink down. So you need to have enough space between your feet that the hips can really come down. Open the heart. Reach back through that back heel and gently draw that right hip back and in to lengthen through the right side body on your fingertips or your blocks. And then we're slowly going to bring that back knee down. We're going to move it back an inch or two. If you've got a sensitive knee, pad your knee. You could use your blanket or you can just roll the mat underneath. Keep the hips coming forward as you inhale. Come on up, Anjaneyasana. So we're drawing the tailbone down. We're lifting the lower belly. If you just want to side lift through the arms one at a time for a couple breaths, feel free, find some movement, see what's here, and then coming back to center. Straight arms, lift the heart, maybe start to lift your gaze, maybe lift the whole front of your body up past your fingertips. Maybe the palms touch overhead. Take an inhale. And on an exhale, hands come down through heart center. Frame the front foot. And then we're just going to flex that front foot and send our hips back. So keep your back toes tucked for a little barrier in the back. This is a great place for two blocks or fingertips. Can you untuck your tailbone, right? Untuck the tailbone, lengthen the spine, lift the heart. Breathe open that right hamstring. Stay right where you are. You might want to fold in a little bit, but can you keep lengthening the spine? Breathe. See what's right here. One more breath. And then we're slowly going to rebend that front knee, straighten the back leg, and then bring your left hand to your palms right under your shoulder. And we're going to slowly twist open to the right. So press down to that right palm, wrist. Draw the shoulder blades in behind the back. Maybe you want to look up. Maybe you even want to exaggerate a little bit. You could lean back a little bit, but keep drawing the tailbone long. We're not dumping in the lower back. One more breath. And then look down. Bring that right hand down. So move your right foot a little bit to the right. Make sure you've got hips distance between your feet. Come to your fingertips. Really root in that front heel. And once you feel stable, slowly come on up. Crescent lunge. So we're bending in that front knee. We're drawing the tailbone long. We're drawing that right hip back and the left hip slightly forward. And we're working on a little bit of straightness in that back knee. And we're breathing. Now stay right here, but we're going to inhale the arms out. And then we're just going to give ourselves a sweet hug. So cross your arms, bring your hands outside your shoulders, hug your outer shoulders into the midline. And then if you want to just turn a little bit or sway, right, so here's really playing with, can you find some stability in the lower body? Might just be the slightest movement, playing with, can I be stable and also move? And from there, reach the arms out and up, look up and touch, take an inhale, and then exhale, hands come down, frame the front foot, step back, find your plank, come forward and go through a vinyasa, or you're welcome just to go straight back to downward facing dog, or you're welcome to take a few breaths in child's pose. Listen to your body. And a few breaths will all meet in downward facing dog. Landing here again in this moment. And then bringing the feet together at the back of the mat. And really, we're going to lift that left leg from the inner thigh. So no external rotation. Inhale slowly. That left leg comes up. See what it's like to make a choice to keep the hips as neutral as possible. Press the hands forward and down, even the weight right to left. Hug your outer arms in. And then root down through that standing leg to open that top hip. Then the top knee. And then curl the tailbone. Really open both hips. Find a stretch. See what's right here. Like playing a little bit of peekaboo with yourself. And then re-extend that top leg. Slowly bring that left hip down. Inhale to find length. And then exhale, come forward. Knee to chest, look down. Round your back. Move the shoulders over the wrists. Draw the knee in. So you've made all that space. This is what we use it to slowly step that left foot forward. Take as many steps as you need, but try to bring it straight through. And then let the hips start to sink. Drawing that left outer hip back, right outer hip forward. Drawing the tailbone long, lifting the heart. Finding steadiness, just being right here and breathing. And then slowly bringing that back knee down. Move it back an inch or two, pat it if you need. And then can you keep the hips coming forward as you slowly inhale? Come on up, Anjaneyasana, turning the palms in, lifting the heart, and then maybe just a couple through the side, lifting, reaching up from the hips, up to the fingertips, and then slowly coming up to center, lifting that lower belly, lifting the heart, reaching up from under the arms, lifting the ribs up off the waist, maybe touching the palms overhead. Take a big inhale, and then exhale, hands come down through heart center. Fingertips to frame the front foot, or maybe get your 2 blocks. We're going to flex that front foot and send the hips back. So uncurl the spine. See if you can really lengthen through the spine. Lift the heart. We're looking for lots of good sensation in that left hamstring, which is right there. And then make your choice to stay up, really lengthening the spine, or if you want to play a little bit with folding in. We're not forcing anything. Right, when we stay steady and we breathe, there's some releasing in where we hold, and it just naturally starts to open. Little by little, bit by bit. One more breath here. And then inhale, slowly come back up. Rebend that front knee, straighten the back leg, bring your right hand down right under your right shoulder. Hug the hips to the midline. The hips don't change. We just open to the left. Finding this gentle twisting lunge to really press through the bottom hand. Draw that right shoulder blade in to open, lift the chest. If you want to play with leaning back a little bit, it's just tiny. Just make sure you're not dumping in your lower back. You're just expressing your edges. Take a breath, and then slowly bring that left hand down. Move your left foot a little bit to the left so you've got hip distance between your feet. Really get steady on that front heel, right? Firm this left hip back and in. And once you feel stable, slowly come up. Find your crescent lunge. So we just arrive here. We're bending in that front knee. We're drawing the left hip back and the right hip forward. Working on lifting the lower belly. I'm going to reach the arms out to the side, cross the other way, the weird way. And just find your own sweet arms, your shoulders. Draw the tailbone down. So feel the stability in the lower body, and then make a choice. With that stability, do you dare just to play with a little bit of movement in the upper body? We can all tell it's harder than it looks, but just see what's here. This practice of stability and flow. And then slowly release that clasp. Inhale the arms out and up and touch. And then exhale, hands come down. Plant your hands. You're going to step your back foot forward to meet the front foot. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Press the palms together. Tadasana. Lovely. So if you would come to the center of your mat facing the short way, we'll do some standing poses together. So let's start in our Tadasana. And imagine you have that block between your thighs again. Can you feel that steady and grounded with the feet into the earth? Also gathering your energy into your own center. Now we're going to extend the arms. We're going to extend the legs and start with a really wide stance with your feet parallel. Already here, draw the tailbone down. Open your right foot so it's parallel with the side of the mat. Turn the back foot in, and then make sure you have heel-to-heel alignment. We're setting up for Virabhadrasana 2. Take an inhale. Keep the tailbone underneath you as you slowly bend that right knee, coming down towards 90 degrees. Making sure to open that front knee. So look down, make sure you can see the big toe inside the knee. Press down in that front heel. Firm that right hip back and in, and see how that sends energy down in the back foot. And then just be here and breathe. You might play with rolling those left ribs back. Gazing over the front fingertips or somewhere else if it calls to you. One more breath here. Now we're going to stay here. We're just going to lean forward, forearm down. Let's come into our modified Konasana. So top arm up and over, palm forward. Keep drawing the tailbone under, the right hip in, extend through that left side body. And then we're going to come up through center. Stay low in that front leg, flip the front palm, and inhale. Come into your reverse warrior. Take a breath here. Now let's flow with that a little bit. So inhale, come through center. Exhale, gentle Konasana. Inhale through center. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, center. Exhale, gently forward. Inhale through center. Exhale, reverse. Now slowly straighten that front leg. Oh my goodness. Take a breath here. And then inhale, come up through center. And make a choice about the length of your stance for Trikonasana. Keep the length or make it a little bit shorter. Then send the hips back. Little bit of softness in that front knee. Can you keep some weight going in that back foot as you lean out over the front leg? Draw the tailbone under, lift the heart. The gaze can be down, side, or up. Use your block. Hand can be on shin, ankle, block. Breathe it open. See what's right here. Can you bring your awareness to both feet? Root them down. Super straight legs. One more breath. And then slowly come back up to center. And we're going to turn that right foot in. Hands on the hips. Let's come in about a third of the distance. And then turning the feet out about 45 degrees. Nothing too extreme. Ground down through the feet as you inhale. Reach up. So feel the feet pressing down, the arms reaching up. Take an inhale here. And then on an exhale, just sit in your squat. So weight down in the heels, opening the knees, drawing the tailbone under. See how much stability you can feel in the lower body. And then we're just going to extend the wrists and come down into our goddess pose. So this is very stable. Feel the stability. We've got our haunches down. We've got our feet rooting, shoulders drawing down, some strength in the arms. Now, can you stay this stable in the lower body? But just like let yourself see what wants to happen that might be more flowy. Could just be the movement of a hand or an eye. But right, we're differentiating this lower body, this first chakra ground, and then the freedom to be a water serpent or sensation or pleasure or flow. Play with that for just a few more breaths. See what's there. Okay, now slowly come back into your goddess pose, right back into that firmness, that stability. Feel that. And then press the feet down, reach up, still firm. Hands come down to heart center. Really nice. So set your arms wide, turn our feet parallel and come to a really wide stance again. Draw the tailbone down. Left foot opens parallel. Back foot slightly turned in, heel to heel alignment. Take an inhale, find length through the spine. Can you keep that length as you slowly bend that left knee? Down into your Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So you might peek, right, to make sure you can see that big toe. We don't want that front knee caving in. That's why we let this back hip come a little bit forward. We come down towards 90 degrees. We roll these ribs back. And then we look out. We breathe. Seeing what's right here. Weight in that front heel, but also some weight in that back leg. Now stay here, just gonna lean forward. Forearm comes down. Reach that top arm up and over. Palm forward. Modified Parsva Konasana. Open the chest. Find length through the right side body. Now we're staying stable in the lower body. Nothing moves. We just come back, Warrior 2. Flip that front palm. Inhale. Come into our reverse. Still bending in that front knee. Drawing that left hip under. Now let's flow. Inhale through center. Exhale forward. Inhale through center. Exhale reverse. Inhale through center. Exhale come forward. Inhale through center. Exhale reverse. Stay here for a breath and then slowly straighten that front leg. Oh. And then slowly come up through center. Make a choice about the length of your stance for your triangle. Let the hips go back. Reach out. We're shifting over that front leg, but we're keeping some weight in the back leg. Keep drawing, hooking your tailbone under like we did in that three-legged dog. Little bit of external rotation in both hips. Reach the top arm up. Breathe it open. One more breath right here. Now press down through both feet to come up. Turn that left foot in, hands on the hips. And let's come in about a third of the distance again, but this time with our feet parallel. Arches lifted. Inhale, draw the tailbone down, lift the heart. And on an exhale, hinge at the hips. Slowly start to come down. See if you can keep your spine long. You might come down to hands on blocks. You might come down to hands on the floor. You might start to fold in. So your version of Prasarita Padottanasana. You can fold in with the hands underneath the elbows. You might reach for your outer ankles or your outer calves to gently draw the spine long. Keep drifting the weight towards the toes, breathing open the backs of the legs. Being right here and breathing, being breathed. And then slowly bring your hands to your hips, hug your elbows in, straight back. If you need to put a slight bend in your legs, that's fine. Slowly coming all the way up. Yes, really nice. Bringing the feet together, finding your Tadasana, pressing the palms into one another. The mountain. The mountain who can also flow. So draw the outer hips in, tuck your tailbone slightly under, and just come slowly down to a squat. See if you can keep the spine long and tall, all the way down, balancing. And then if you dare, can you open the knees, right, like we did at the very beginning. Keep drawing the tailbone down. And then with that stability, can you raise the palms? Maybe even raise the gaze. Open your heart. How much stability allows us to reach and open and express. And then slowly bringing the hands back together, down through heart center, bringing the knees together, and just having a seat. Thank you, lovely. So if you'd find your Dandasana staff pose, Really get the sit bones down. Here again, it'd be lovely to sit on something if your lower back tends to round. Find that nice, tall, straight spine. And then we're just going to bend the right leg, flat foot inside the left thigh. Get that knee out to the side and get your hips nice and even. If this knee is way up, you might want to put a block under it. We're going to inhale, reach the arms out and up. And then exhale, there's a tiny twist coming forward into our Janu Sheersh-Asana. This is a great place for a strap. So if you have a strap handy and you want to use that just to lengthen your spine as you open that left leg. Some of you might be able to grab the toes. Some of you might fold forward. So find your edge. Just a few minutes to be here and breathe. Deep breaths, right? The belly. Maybe you notice more tightness in one of your hips. Send some breath there. Let the face be soft. Let the jaw relax. And then take a nice inhale to lengthen the spine. Use some support to come back up. Straighten the right leg. We're back through center, our Dandasana staff pose. And then let's find the other side. So bending the left leg. Flat foot right on that inner thigh. Get up on your sit bones. Inhale the arms out and up. And then slowly coming forward. Again, maybe using your strap. And you can play with, are you playing today with a really straight spine so you might even bend that leg a little bit? Or are you playing with a really straightened spine and the legs so you stay upright? Or are you going more for the forward fold? Right? We're exploring different things on different days. So trust your sensibility. Trust the inner teacher who's here too. Let the belly be soft and just take some nice deep breaths wherever you are. Right, we move into these asanas, these poses, and then they do the work. We stay here and breathe while the sacred geometry of these shapes informs us, opens us, aligns us. One more breath. And then inhale slowly. Bring yourself up. Go ahead and straighten the leg. You're back in your Dandasana, up on the sit bones. And of course, we want to play with just one more fun little thing, don't we? So here you are in your Dandasana. We're going to bend our knees, flex our feet. We're going to take our two peace fingers around the big toe. So the elbows are inside these knees. So here we are, most of us. We have to use effort and attention to draw the back body and the front body, just like we did in our Navasana, right? We really worked our back at the beginning. Lift through the straight spine. Can you shift your weight on your sit bones and just play with lifting the heels? So this might be a fun balancing act. You'll see how that is. Some of you are going to actually play with straightening the legs a little bit or a lot. So if you fall, if you roll around, fall, come right back. You might just be teeter-tottering on your sit bones with your knees bent. You might be playing with getting them a little bit straighter. And then for those of you who want a cherry on top, just try extending, taking a breath, reaching. Nice, and then bring it down. Really nice work. Okay, so we're going to come down on our belly into Makarasana. This is just a real relaxation pose. So good for the second chakra. So first, just if I start on roll your thighs in slightly so there's no external rotation in your hips, feet together. And then just stack your palms and bring your forehead down and just land here for a moment. So the legs are straightish and together, but you can also let them relax. Maybe your ankles bow a little bit in or out. And just start to notice the belly. See if you can breathe really into the belly, even if you usually breathe into the chest. Allow the breath to move down in the belly. And notice the feedback of the earth. And as you allow the breath to move in the belly, and the belly moves in the earth, maybe you also notice how the breath fills in the back and the sides of the body too. So see what's there. And then we're going to lift our head. We're going to walk our elbows in and back just a little bit. We're going to take our flat palms. We're going to have them under our chin. We're going to relax our shoulders. So the elbows aren't too far back because this isn't really a big back bend. We're letting that weight of the head come down in the hands. Close your eyes. And again, bring your attention to your belly and to the breath. See if you can feel that wave motion. See where it reaches in the body as the breath moves in and fills, and then releases, moves out and empties. Just take some breath. Notice your body movement. Relax the shoulders and the face. Relax the tongue. Relax the eyes in their socket. One more breath right here. And then release your hands. Stack your palms again. Just bring your forehead down. Land for a breath. And then we're going to reach the right arm out straight overhead and just roll onto your back. Bend the knees, flat feet. We're here in constructive rest. And then we're going to hug the right knee in. Interlace your hands in front of the right shin. Just bring the knee down and in towards the side of your ribs, your torso. You're welcome to straighten the left leg and flex the foot for this Uttanasana, and we're going to move into a twist, or you're welcome to keep that leg bent. So just ask your body what it wants. So keeping the knee in, you're going to reach the right arm straight out, palm up. Change your left hand to outside that knee, and then just slowly cross your body with the right knee into a twist. That knee, the foot might come down first. You can rest it. If you need something under the knee to be comfortable, find it. Gently draw that right shoulder blade back and down. Let the face be soft. And just enjoy. Feel the sweetness of whatever's right here. And then slowly coming back up to center. If you've got the left leg straight, bend it. Right foot down. We're back in constructive rest in the center. And then drawing the left knee in, interlacing the fingers, drawing the knee towards the side of the torso. Again, make a choice about that right leg. You can straighten it and flex the foot, or please feel free to keep it bent. Drawing the knee in, tailbone long. And then we're just going to reach that left arm out, palm up, cross the right hand on the other side of the knee, and just use the hand to gently bring the leg across. Again, the foot might come down first. It might be fine to have the knee hanging. The knee might come down. You might put something under the knee. Right? We all have our own ways in these various poses. We make the practice our own, which is wonderful. Be here and breathe. And then slowly coming back to center. The left foot comes down. Bend the right leg, the right foot's down. Just take a breath here in constructive rest. And now just make a choice about your final pose. If there's any last wiggle or stretch you want before you come into your final pose, do that now. And then setting up for Shavasana. Classical is legs long, feet open, arms out to the side. I am going to suggest, if you're interested and you have a wall space, doing the kind of flow we've done for the second chakra, it's really nice to actually come to Viparita Karani, which would mean just bringing your mat to a wall, bringing your tush up to the wall, facing to the side, and then coming down on your back. You can just sort of roly-poly bug your tush towards the wall, and then just letting your legs come straight up the wall. They don't have to be ramrod straight. There can be a little bit of bend. If it's too much effort to hold the legs up, you can actually place your strap around your thighs. It will help hold it there. And then you can rest your hands on your belly or down by your side. So make a choice. Classical Shavasana, Viparita Karani with the legs up the wall. Or you might come back to Supta Baddha Konasana with the feet together, the knees wide open. Wherever you are, really let yourself land. Feel the weight of your body down into the earth. Close your eyes. Make sure you're warm enough, so cover yourself if you need to. And then just allowing this deep letting go into stillness. Nothing more to do. We rest deeply so our being can digest and integrate the practice. So let's not get in the way of that. So any last wiggle, and then just let go. Shavasana. And then slowly starting to shift your awareness back in your body. Maybe just finding a deeper breath. Awareness coming back in before there's any movement. And then noticing if you want to wiggle fingers or toes or stretch the face or the eyes or the mouth. Oh, and if you're flat on your back, slowly bending your knees, resting the feet on the floor. If you've got your legs up the wall, just letting the knees bend a little bit so that the heels, the feet come down gently, a little bit of bent knee here. And we're all going to reach our right arm out overhead and just gently roll to your right side, letting the knees come down. Just pause here for a moment. Rest. Stay inside. Keep your eyes closed. See if you can bring some of that Shavasana with you. And just gently pressing the left palm down, letting the torso come up, letting the head be the last to rise, and just coming around and finding a comfortable seat. Nothing fancy, just the sit bones down as the earth, the spine rising tall, shoulders relaxed, face relaxed. And just taking a few breaths, staying inside, noticing how you feel. Thanking yourself for coming to your mat. I thank you for practicing with me. And then bringing the palms together, gently feeling the goodness of your own touch, drawing your joined palms into the center of your heart. Namaste. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day or evening, whatever you're heading off into next. Be well.